YouTube family. I'm getting ready to start some seeds. I'm using this seed starting mix. Seed starting potting mix. That's what I'm using today. I put it in here and I put water in the bottom. As y'all can see, there's still water down there. I'm gonna let this soak up the water for a little while. Come back, I'm gonna have to add some more. And when it's all moistened up, we'll start our seed starting. I think today is September the 9th, so y'all are probably gonna get to know me as the procrastinating plant lady. That's something I'm working on, is starting my seeds on time. I need to maybe get something that alerts me on when I need to start them, because I'm always behind, but I feel like better late than never, you know. So anyways, it's a nice day out here today. I think it was like 70 degrees this morning when I got up. The sun is shining pretty bright, but it's a beautiful day. So I'm gonna do this today and start some seeds. And see, this stuff is so dry. I need to leave it alone. Just leave it alone. The wet, dewy grass. It's slightly overwhelming. See all those tomatoes? I need to get those off the vine. The ones that are still okay. You know, some of them been on there too long. I need to get those tomatoes off the vine. I need to get all this crabgrass out of here. My peppers are really doing good. You can't even hardly see them because all the weeds. I gotta find a way to keep the crabgrass from not getting in here, because y'all see, this is a pathway, but there's so much crabgrass here. It's just quite ridiculous. My blueberry plants are still doing pretty good. They need some water. Suffering a little bit from the heat waves we had. Strawberry plants, I mean, I think they're still alive. There's a little green still in there. See? And in that one. But I don't know. I might just start over with those next year. It was just too hot this year, y'all. Yeah, my blueberry plants are still doing good. I'm growing plenty of weeds over here too. Sunflowers still look pretty. The zinnias are taking off. So anyway, I need to get most of this stuff out of here. The only thing I'm probably gonna leave is the peppers, because they're still, you know, because I started them late. They're a little behind schedule, so they're still really producing. So I'm gonna leave the peppers. See, a few of them are ready for me to pick. I'm gonna leave the peppers because they're doing their thing still, but everything else needs to come out. But I know that's not something I'm gonna be able to do in one day. So I'm gonna start my seeds in some seed trays to give myself a few days to get this cleared out before I transplant. So that's what we're gonna be doing. And an update on my watermelon patch. It's really dying out, y'all, and I really would like to go ahead and take this out too. But they keep giving me more watermelon. I don't know how the watermelon are gonna be right now, considering that it's a little bit late in the season. It's a little bit cooler, but I have this one coming. Sorry, y'all, still got dirt on my fingers from the potting mix. And I have this one. So, that's a spider web right there. So I'm not gonna pull none of the vines out because I really don't know which vine is leading to these two watermelons. So once I get those two off the vine, I'm getting rid of this. And I probably won't put my watermelon over here again because it was a little inconvenient this year. They grew all over here by my gate. So I'm gonna have to find another plant for my watermelon for next year. But anyway, we'll be back. All right, YouTube family, time to get these seeds in the dirt because it's already starting to get pretty hot out here. So we're gonna start by talking about what we're gonna plant. The carrots, I'm not that familiar with them. I've never grown them before. I've actually never done a fall garden before. I'm gonna assume it'd probably be best to just put these seeds in the ground. So I'm gonna do some more research on these before I put them in the dirt. But I think it'd be better if I just clear a space off in the garden and just sow these directly into the ground. And it doesn't have any planting suggestions for starting them indoors. So I'm thinking maybe that's what I should do with these. So I'm gonna put all the carrots to the side, but I am doing a mixture of carrots, a rainbow mix. I'm doing a tender sweet. I'm gonna also have some snow peas, which I know these prefer to be planted directly in the ground. Any kind of peas do, because their roots don't like to be disturbed. But I think I'm gonna put these in a larger tray and just have them in the ground in the next few days. And hopefully that'll be fine, because I wanna go ahead and get them started. These are snow peas. It says you can plant them in my zone, between January to March, and in August. It's close enough to August. I'm gonna start some broccolis, lettuces. Now I have grown these before in the concrete mixing tubs. I've grown these lettuces in those before and they did great, but I grew them when it was getting warmer. I've never actually grown them in the fall time. We're gonna see how that goes. I think it'll go well. I don't plan on using these anymore. I plan on using maybe the little peat things that come in the circle. Oh, what are they called? You know what I mean. I plan on using those for now on, because I think it's the most sterile way to start your seeds, because I had a lot of dampening off when I started my seeds in the spring. I want to go ahead and use these up. I got these slightly larger ones that I think I'm going to start most of the peas in that way. And typically when I start with these, once I get ready to put the seeds in the ground, I take this part off anyways. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to fill these up with dirt. Getting one of these, getting a shovel full of moist dirt and sticking it on top like that. Once I get it on there, I just smooth it out. I'm not tapping it down or nothing like that. Just putting it in there loosely, because these small ones are going to be for lettuces. And I'm just putting them to the side. I'm going to fill these back up. I'm sure y'all don't really, y'all can't see me. I'm sure y'all don't really care about watching me fill these up with dirt. So I have an empty tray. I'm just gonna sit all my seed starting cells. What are these things called? Seed starting strips. I never even knew that. I'm gonna just put those in here, just like so. One, two, three, four, five. We fit 5 in here. So these bigger pots, like I said, I'm gonna put the broccoli and the peas in here. So yeah, let's do that. I haven't ever grew broccoli before. It says days to germination 10 to 14, planting depth 1/2 an inch, harvest days to harvest 70 to 90, and spacing plant 2 feet. 2 feet. These get pretty big. Oh wow, and the seeds are so small. Oh man. I would imagine they would be, since the seeds probably come out of the little flowers. Okay, so 2 feet. How many of these should I do? So 1/2 an inch, I just put a little hole in there with my finger. A little hole. Not too deep at all. I'm gonna stick, I like to make my hole more of like an oval so I don't have to put the seeds right on top of each other. I think I'm gonna do 3. 1, 2, 3. Covered up lightly. That's 1 broccoli. All right, do the same thing with this one. I think we're just gonna do 2 pots of broccoli because they take up so much space. 1, 2, 3. And I've never done it before, so I don't know how it's gonna go. 4 broccoli pots. I got some plastic pots I can put my peas in, which might be better because peas don't like their roots to be disturbed as far as I know. And so if I put them in a plastic pot, it might be better because, you know, when plants start to grow into these, the roots grow into the pot. And so when I take the pot off, it normally disturbs the roots a lot. So that might be a better option anyway. See if I can get about, okay. Man, these are some tiny seeds. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I need a gardening marker. I used the black permanent marker last year and most of it faded. I didn't realize that it wasn't a gardening marker. Anyways, I think actually it was a gardening marker. Jesus, it must be getting too hot. Green sprouting calabrese. Sit for the broccoli. The snow peas. Maybe I'll just put some in here and then the rest of them I'll do in plastic pots because I got some. Ooh, something about a seed that looks like food. I don't know why, it just makes me happy. Because it's like, oh, I recognize that. Say, because you're not supposed to put it in a pot, but let's see. 1.5 inch planting depth. The bigger the seed, the deeper the hole should be anyways. Typically, I don't like putting more than 1 seed in a hole because I just feel like that's a waste of a seed, especially if you got to thin it out. That there's so many seeds in the container that it's okay to waste a few. All right, I got the dirt in here. About to put these seeds in, and with these peas, I know I need to get these in the ground in the next few days before the roots get too established. So, I think I'm just gonna do 2 per hole. Cover them up. Well, I didn't probably put those deep enough. I think I'm going to put these where my old peas were, just because they're the thing that's going to be easiest for me to remove. And so I can go ahead and get that area cleared. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if snow peas fertilize and help the soil as much as the regular peas, but maybe I need to put the peas somewhere else in the garden. We'll see. 1.5 inch deep. Drop them in there, put the dirt over it. I don't pat my seed starting trays down as much as I do if I were to be transplanting a plant or repotting a plant, because I want them to be able to grow out of the nice, fluffy, moist soil easily. So I'm not gonna pat them down hard or anything. I'm just gonna cover them up and tap them just a little bit. And of course, when you water them, they'll get watered down a little bit more, but that's all for the peas. I'm not gonna label these because I know what these are, but okay, I'm gonna start working on the lettuce seeds. I'm gonna put them all together when I eat them anyway, so I don't really care. And I'm gonna know that this whole tray is lettuce, so I'm not gonna spend my time labeling them. 1 tray per lettuce type. I mean, 1 strip per lettuce type. 2 per hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3. That's easier. Y'all hear my neighbor back? She's a gardener too. Sometimes I ask her questions over the fence. Lettuce blend. See, that's why I don't really care to label them. I mean, they're blended already. Barely. Probably can lay them on top and just brush the dirt over the top of them, but I'm gonna make a little impression, a little indention. I don't even know. I don't think there's any way for me to really count how many seeds I put in here. They're so small, they're kind of sticking to my finger a little bit. So anyway, these might have a lot of seeds, 4 or 5, whatever. It's all good. One thing about gardening that I love, it ain't gotta be stressful. Whatever, go with the flow. I mean, it is a little scientific if you want to be technical about it. It is a little scientific, but not stressful. Not stressful at all. I don't know how many of you guys believe in the Bible. We wouldn't have had to do any of this kind of gardening and stuff if it weren't for the punishment, actually, that Adam was given when he disobeyed. I know Eve was given a punishment, painful births and cramps. I don't like that one either. And Adam was given the punishment that he was gonna have to work for his food. He was gonna have to cultivate the ground in order to grow things, and you know. So when you think about it, gardening was meant to be done without us having to even do anything. And so, you know, it's designed to not have to really take that much effort if you know what you're doing. But yeah, it is a punishment that we have to go out there and weed, and we have to you know, do anything. Actually, it's supposed to just be effortless. But anyways, as much as I enjoy gardening, that's just an interesting thought I have sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm starting to sweat, y'all. It's about time to go in. I don't know why I'm doing the holes before I get the seeds out. And I don't know what the seeds look like. I don't know how big the hole has to be, but whatever. We doing it. All right, y'all. I finished up. Here's what I got going on. We got our lettuces here and here. I didn't label them. A lot of them were mixes, so they had a variety of seeds in them anyways. I got my broccolis here, snow peas, and more snow peas. I'm a little concerned. It's 84 degrees out here, but the sun is quite strong, so I'm gonna have to be very diligent on keeping these moist. I've never started my seeds outside before. This is my first fall garden, so we're gonna see how it goes. Also, I had some dirt left over. Okay, I put the leftover dirt in this pot, and I just made an indentation here, and I dropped carrot seeds in there. As you know, I had 2 packs of the rainbow carrots, so I used those. I just dropped them in there just to see what happens. It's just an experiment. I want to know for the future instead of just assuming I can't. We're going to see if I can or not. So my plan is to leave these in here, and when I get the garden cleared out, I'm just going to take the whole pot, try not to disturb the dirt much, and I'm just going to plant the whole thing in the ground in the garden, and we'll see if the carrots come up. I'm also going to sow some directly into the ground, into the dirt, once I get the garden cleared out. But we're going to see how this goes, and I'm going to let you guys know about my little experiment. So, fall garden time. First time for me. Hopefully you guys will join me and see how it goes. I'm excited. All right, y'all. Take care, and if you're starting a fall garden yourself, let me know how it goes. Give me any tips if you have any for me, because you guys know I'm continuously learning, and I want to continue to get better. So, happy gardening. Talk to you later. All right, y'all. Just a little update. I had to move them over here to where they would be in the shade in the evening and just get sun in the morning time, because it's been about 4 hours and they've dried out a lot. They're not completely dry. They're still a little moist, but see, they've dried out a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna put them over here so they'll be in the shade in the evening time. And I think I'm gonna give them a little bit more water. We'll see how it goes.